Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. The Duchess of Sussex has firmly rejected an anonymous allegation that she kept a designer dress without permission following a photo shoot. The claim had resurfaced at the weekend after Meghan appeared in a promotional video for her forthcoming Netflix holiday special wearing an emerald green Galvan Ushuaia gown, the same dress she wore during a 2022 shoot. In a statement to the Daily Express, Meghan's official spokesperson said, "The insinuation that any items were taken without the full knowledge and agreement of the on-set stylists or their respective teams is not only categorically false, but also highly defamatory. Any items kept were done so in total transparency and in accordance with contractual arrangements." Industry figures noted that it is common practice for high-profile individuals, including members of the royal family, to retain certain items from photo shoots to prevent pieces later being resold or used in unauthorized auctions. One source described the practice as both commonplace and prudent, particularly in cases where items linked to royal figures can command substantial sums. The Duchess offered a glimpse into her morning routine with Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet while sharing her advice for hosting overnight guests. In a video released on her As Ever Instagram account, Meghan encouraged viewers to create stations so guests can serve themselves. She was seen decanting her brand's raspberry preserve into glass jars before assembling a yogurt parfait layered with raspberries, blueberries and honey. Yes, you could do a yogurt parfait in a normal bowl, or you could just make it a little more special, she said, adding, "All of this is great for kids." Moving to a serving board of breakfast waffles, Meghan added cream and a spoonful of As Ever strawberry jam, calling the flavour a favourite in her home. Waffles have long been a Sussex family staple, following a thoughtful gift sent by the late Queen Elizabeth II to her great-grandson Archie. In a 2021 interview with James Corden, Prince Harry recalled, "My grandmother asked us what Archie wanted for Christmas, and Meg said a waffle maker. She sent a waffle maker for Archie." He explained Meghan makes a beautiful organic mixture for the machine, and then their son loves it, saying, "Archie wakes up in the morning and goes, 'Waffle!'" The same gift reappeared earlier this year when Meghan made green waffles for St. Patrick's Day, shaping blueberries, kiwi, and whipped cream into a smiling face for Archie and Lilibet. The Duchess has frequently shared glimpses of these family rituals. Her Netflix series, With Love, Meghan, released in March, also depicts her approach to home cooking and entertaining. In one episode, as she prepared a breakfast frittata, she said, "I wake up every morning and I really take a lot of pride in making breakfast for my family." The children were further used as promotional videos just ahead of Thanksgiving. Harry and Meghan made a pre-Thanksgiving visit to Our Big Kitchen, Los Angeles, bringing along Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet for a day of volunteer work. The family joined the Archwell team in preparing and packaging meals for food-insecure residents, with Archie and Lily seen helping roll dough and assemble meals. Pictures somehow made their way to People magazine, albeit none provided a clear look at the faces of the kids. In the royalist, Tom Sykes writes, "The kids appear in the now familiar format, backs to the camera, faces obscured a little bit, turned in three-quarter profile, always just out of reach, but never actually private. It's the same routine every time. Meghan shows the children, but not really. Reveals them, but not quite, and pretends to be actively protecting them from media intrusion while still using them to market the Sussex brand in the media. The actual aim of this charade cannot be to keep their identities private, because between the various angles, glimpses, birthday shots, accidentally on purpose leaks, and cutesy Instagram stories, any normal human brain, never mind AI, can reconstruct their faces without breaking a sweat. At the risk of stating the screamingly obvious, if you really didn't want your children's likeness known, you wouldn't put their images on the internet." But that's the point. Their images aren't being withheld for privacy, they're being managed for value. I'm now convinced that the fake private aesthetic, the grainy hands, the backs of heads, the half faces, the heavy cropping, is just an incredibly cynical marketing strategy. It allows Meghan to posture as a hyperprotective mother while still releasing images of her kids as content. Ahead of the holiday on Thursday, the Duchess posted an Instagram story showing herself mixing seasonings in a bowl and rubbing the mixture onto raw turkey. She captioned the clip, "Let the game begin," set it to Bob Dylan's Turkey Chase, added a turkey emoji and wrote, "Get it?" #mumjokes. However, a number of viewers took issue with the fact that she appeared to prepare the raw bird while still wearing a gold bracelet and ring and without gloves. The backlash unfolded on social media, including a Reddit thread titled Salmonella Sussex. One user wrote, "She has the worst kitchen hygiene. The domestic goddess is clueless. The more she pretends to be a cook, the more fake she shows herself to be. Jewelry rubbing up against the meat, hair shedding in her grubby paws, stroking the poor dead bird." Another commenter wrote, "Lordy, she so obviously knows absolutely nothing about cooking or how to work in a kitchen. For the safety of humanity, keep her out of the kitchen." Another person claimed, "Aside from the hair, jewelry, and bare hands all over that turkey, it's astonishing how she also had her damn forearms laying across the body of the turkey at times. She might have well been naked and rubbing the darn thing all over herself. What an idiot. It's such a treat she is getting called out like this." More Palace in just a moment. Royal expert Jenny Bond says not to blame Meghan for introduction gate. Bond tells The Express, "It sounds so absurd given the context that this was the second time the interviewer was meeting Meghan, and the first had been so relatively informal, sharing burger and chips at a restaurant," Bond said per the Daily Express. "So I suspect that this was simply a house manager getting overly pompous about the fact that there was a duchess in the house. Americans tend to get very excited about titles." The expert added, "It simply doesn't sound like the huggy, friendly Meghan we see portrayed elsewhere, so I don't think we should start criticizing Meghan for this." Meghan's latest business move has been to draw mixed reactions after the Duchess of Sussex revealed that her as-ever products are now being sold at Soho Home in West Hollywood, part of the private members club Soho House. In a video posted to Instagram, Meghan was seen looking over her items on display, including her honey and fruit spreads. Critics online were swift to question the collaboration. One user wrote on X, "If she was smart, she would open an as-ever store boutique somewhere, have a real website, and actually work at the store. These pop-ups or renting space in a store or in Soho House is lame and a cop-out because she has nothing to do with actually selling these products. She always takes the easy way, or she cuts corners or cuts out before the fail is flashing in red lights." Soho House holds a notable place in the couple's relationship. In Spare, Prince Harry recalled their first date at the London site on Dean Street, writing, "Red-cheeked, puffing, sweaty, half an hour late. I ran into the restaurant, into the quiet room, and found her sitting in a small area on a low velvet sofa in front of a low coffee table." New figures show As Ever is still far behind Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop in overall traffic. According to the analytics platform SimilarWeb, As Ever recorded 196,000 visits in October compared to 812,000 for Goop. That translated to about 750,000 page views for Meghan's brand versus 2.3 million for Paltrow's. A Sussex source told Newsweek there was a spike in As Ever sales in November leading up to Thanksgiving, adding that everybody's really pleased that some of the gremlins that were there at the start that are inevitable with any new business seem to have been ironed out now, as it related to things like supply chain, production, scalability, that sort of thing. It all seems to be in a pretty good place now, but it's still a young business. There's still and always will be room for improvement, but it's going really, really well. It's starting to find its stride now. The Duchess is now offering a leather bookmark sold alongside her As Ever honey at Godmother's Bookshop in California. Images shared on Instagram showed the bookmark clipped to an illustrated book. The text reads, "Fell asleep here," but the cursive lettering left many struggling to decipher it. One social media user wrote, "I literally can't read what the bookmark says." Another commented, "I am not even kidding a little. What does it say? I cannot read that chicken scratch." A further critic said, "I swear her writing is getting worse. I can barely read it. It should be packaged with a book, no?" Another added, "What does a bookmark have to do with honey? The last thing I do while I'm reading is use honey. I don't want sticky pages." Some questioned the choice of item altogether, referencing Meghan's recent Bloomberg interview. One user noted, "Meghan admitted to Emily Chang that she doesn't even read. How can she promote a bookstore?" And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram as well. And don't forget, we have all these other shows out now: Crown and Controversy, Prince Andrew, King William. We have the original series. You can find the links to all these shows in our show notes, or just search Crown and Controversy. A lot of great stuff coming from your friends here at Palace Intrigue. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue, and good times.